Flinchbaugh. Today I'm going to train you guys on to trust the process. So I think it's pretty fitting. In the beginning, I overcame a lot of fear in the business. I had fear investing into leads. I had fear, I don't want to challenge my clients because I'm a very people-pleasing person. So it was hard for me to challenge people. I think I sold one of my first policies by telling them if you don't buy something, my boss is gonna fire me. And it worked. So when I was preparing for this, I was online and I was looking at different things that just about trusting the process. And there's 8 things that I found on here that says focus on the value that you're adding. So the first one is focusing on stop thinking about yourself. And I think that's where my problem was. I was too worried what people how people were seeing me. So focus on the clients that you're helping. Focus on the agents that you're helping. Just try to play a small part on other people changing their lives. And that's when you'll see that your life changes. Number 2 is focus on only worry about the things you can control. So what can you control? You can't control the chargebacks. You can get better at eliminating chargebacks. You can't control every agent that quits because ultimately if they succeed, it's on them. If they fail, it's on them. You have nothing to do with that. You can't control whether or not your clients are going to be there. I mean, you can get better at booking and appointments, but the only thing you can control in this business is the activity and then how much you work. So focus on your activity. Focus on the number of dials you make. Focus on the number of appointments that you run, and then focus on the number of families you're able to help. The third thing is really, so Sean says this, and he says you can either have faith or you can have fear. And so if you want to do this at a high level, you need to have faith in the business. You need to have faith in the person that brought you into this business. And the reason why it works is, so I work directly with Trey, and I know Trey, if I write, if I protect 20 families a month or if I protect 40 or 2 families a month, it doesn't matter to Trey because Trey's still doing good. So I know Trey genuinely wants me to win. And so I have faith not only in the business, but I have faith that Trey wants me to do well. I hope that makes sense. Number 5 is just to practice gratitude. There's so many people that are in a tougher situation. What we do is hard work, but it's easy. We are not out there, I'm a girl, so I wouldn't be out there anyway, but there's guys out there digging trenches and, leaving their families. So my dad was a truck driver my whole life, and he would be gone for 3 weeks sometimes because he was working, and my mom would be home with us 4. So, I'm home every day. You're home every day. You get to eat dinner with your family every day. You might have to sacrifice 2 or 3 years of weekends and birthday parties, but you're get to sit with people that genuinely want your help, and you get to leave their house knowing that you put them in a better situation. So the next thing is to visualize success. So Paul says this, and I think I learned this from Paul. Everything starts with your mindset. So when you're going to a client's house, visualize that you're helping that client. Visualize that the client asked you to come over because they want help. Visualize that you're there to provide a service that they want. You're not there bugging them. So when I would dial, the first time I actually dialed for my husband because he got licensed first. And he was just he'd be in the room and he would be there for 5 hours. I'd be like, how many appointments did you book, babe? He'd be like, 1. And I was like, what? You were in there for 5 hours. How'd you book 1 appointment? And he was just it's hard. And I was just all right, let me try. So the first time that I dialed, I called this guy. He lived in Barstow. He answers the phone, and I'm like, hello? And he's like, hey, and I hang up. Because I was just oh my God. And so then I told Taylor, I was just you're right, it is kind of scary. So I called again, and I was just he answered, and I go, hello? I hang up again. And then I called him the 3rd time, and the guy just starts laughing. And I was just yeah, I'm pretty bad at this. This is the first time I'm ever calling someone. I'm just trying to book an appointment. And he just starts laughing. He goes, hey, I'm not going to book the appointment, but you'll get better. And I was thanks. And so I was thanks. So I just, when I dial, I'm okay, these people want my help. So my mindset completely changed on it. I don't feel like I'm bugging people. I don't feel like I'm just trying to like I'm inconveniencing people. I know that if I don't protect them on the worst day of their life, when they lose the person that they love, like if I would have just pushed a little bit harder when out of my comfort zone, that I could book that appointment. I'm doing it to do a service for them. This is the most important thing, and it's to ignore negative people. Like, learn how to talk to the right people about your business. Because if you're talking to, your cousin who works, I don't even know, but they're going to ask you, oh, how's your insurance thing going? And they want you to say it's not going good because they're not in the place that they want to be. So you need to make sure you're reaching out to people that are doing well in this business. So find one person that you can run with. So someone that's doing it at the same level that you're doing it at, so you guys can hold each other accountable, and then find someone that you're chasing, and you're constantly chasing them. So for me, that person I was chasing was Stephen E. Stephen has a huge business, and every single time I saw, okay, Stephen and their team did this much, like, okay, we did this much. And it's healthy competition. I love Stephen, but that's what keeps you motivated in this business, is reaching out to people and saying, hey, Stephen, what are you doing now that I can do to change my business? And the last thing is really just embrace failure, because I was one of those people that would call Trey and be like, hey, I think I got lucky at writing insurance for the last year. I don't think I know how to sell insurance. I think I'm going to quit. So the season that you're in your business is temporary, and just understand that activity cures everything. If you put in the activity, if you don't make it about yourself and you focus on helping other people, your business is going to explode. Just be here a year from now. That's it, guys. Thanks.